Welcome to another big episode of DebataBOWL! Yeah, it's Bowl Mania update. Yeah, bowl season is complete. We just got 3 football games left. The semifinals of the CFP and the championship game. Oh yeah. It's about to get on right here, today, right now, on DebataBOWL, Thursday, January 9th. Let's get this party started with a recap, starting with the Idaho Potato Bowl. In case you're wondering, ESPN had a graphic error during this game for Fresno State that they were called the Boy Dongs throughout the whole game. Never fixed it. Didn't even acknowledge it. But they were playing Northern Illinois, who actually earlier this week announced that they're going to join the Mountain West. So the MAC is falling apart now. Anyway, they ended up beating Fresno State 28-20. And guess what? It went to overtime. Could you believe it? Yeah, it did. It went to overtime. And Northern Illinois improved their resume after beating Notre Dame. Yeah, and they're a playoff team. Could you believe that? All right, the Hawaii Bowl went to 5th overtime. South Florida, St. Joe State. It was back and forth. What a ball game this was. South Florida ended up winning 41-39. And then we go to the Game Above Sports Bowl. It went to 6 overtime. What? Yeah, 6 overtime, and Toledo pulled off this upset over Pitt. 48-46. So a group of 5 has now have a win over a Power 5 in the postseason. Can you believe that? Wow, what a great way to open up this show. All these overtime wins. Anyway, we got a playoff to talk about. The first round of the playoffs. And it gets pretty crazy. All right? Yeah, so here is the full bracket. Texas beats Clemson, dominating them 38-24. Then Ohio State beats Tennessee 42-17. Completely shut them down. Tennessee had no chance. The fans showed up. Yeah, the Volunteers showed up for sure. They took over that place, but Ohio State knows how to play on the road. And Penn State and SMU's, we deserve to be in the playoffs talk. Yeah, 38-10. And then Notre Dame beats Indiana 27-17. So far, the college football playoff have been pretty yawn. And, yeah. And you saw those games I just talked about, the postseason. Yeah, apparently non-playoff games have been more entertaining than the actual playoff games. Anyway, moving on to the quarterfinals. These were the matchups. We had Texas versus Arizona State in the Peach Bowl, Ohio State versus Oregon in the Rose Bowl, Penn State, Boise State in the Fiesta Bowl, and Notre Dame and Georgia in the Sugar Bowl. Wow, these are some pretty good matchups. You'd think, all these matchups would be pretty great. I mean, Arizona State, they've been pretty dominant in the Big 12. Unexpectedly, Texas has had their downfall. Oregon been the most dominating team in the Big 10. And then Boise State, they have the best running back in the country. And Notre Dame, well, they had that one loss in Northern Illinois. But since then, they've been pretty dominant. I'll talk about more of these, the winner of these games later on in the show. But, let's talk about some other big bowl games. Yeah, Kansas State beats Rutgers 44-41, a big win for the Big 12. And Arkansas State beats Bowling Green 38-31. You would think a team named Bowling would win their bowl game. Yeah, I don't know how that happens. And then we go to the Lockheed Martin Air Force Bowl. Oklahoma versus Navy. Yep, one of the teams we cover. Oklahoma. How are they going to pull this off? They were favored in this game. That means nothing. It was actually a pretty competitive game, actually. Navy, do not sleep on Navy. They showed up all season long. They showed up in this game. They gave Oklahoma a fight. Oklahoma did go for 2. Oklahoma did get a last-second touchdown, a go-ahead touchdown. Possibly to sit it overtime. Kick the extra point. Overtime. No, Oklahoma wanted to go in it right there. Went for 2, didn't get in. Navy played a good, solid game. It was a really defensive game the whole time. Navy gets a win right there. Another SEC team down. Wow. Yeah, Vanderbilt beats Georgia Tech 35-27. What a big win for Vanderbilt. They're really trending up. I would love to see. I can't wait to see what Vanderbilt turns into next year. They're going to be a scary team. Or are they going to be the new Auburn next year? I don't know. Well, the old version of Auburn, where they just upset, where they're not expected to be great, but they win games you wouldn't expect them to win. And then Arkansas beats Tech 39-26. Syracuse gets a big win over Pac-12. Yeah, Washington State 52-35. Big win for Syracuse right there. And USC comes from behind, pulls up a big upset over A&M 35-31. Yeah, A&M started their season strong. What did they get? They started their season like 5-0, and they just fell apart, slowly fell apart the rest of their season. And then UConn gets a big win over North Carolina 27-14. UConn is a football school now. Give a round of applause for UConn. Yeah, maybe this is why they fired Mac Brown and hired an NFL head coach to be their next head coach. Yeah, I have more about that news later on in the week, in the season, or later on in the week, I guess. Later podcast, I'll probably talk more about that hire. But Boston College went down to Nebraska. Nebraska, like their first bowl game since 2015, I think, and they win it 20-15. Something Scott Frost couldn't do down there. And guess what? Scott Frost is now back at UCF now. Yeah. He's ready to claim a national championship game that they actually didn't grab, apparently. Army, yeah, military services are getting good wins as well, winning their bowl games. Army beats Louisiana Tech 27-6. And then, oh, yep, the other game I almost forgot to just mention. Eastern Carolina and NC State. Another Power 5 team goes down 26-21. And now I'm going to the Alamo Bowl. BYU, Colorado, you would think, oh boy, this is going to be a good game. This is the fans' version of the Big 12 championship game. Or, yeah, Big 12 championship game we should have had for the fans. It did not go down like that at all. BYU could totally controlled this game. It was not even close. Travis Hunter probably shouldn't even won the Heisman. I'm sorry, I said it. Yeah, BYU won 36-14. Yeah, I gotta say, if you win the Heisman, you better show up in your bowl game. You did not. To me, honestly, don't deserve. He deserves to win the Heisman. And any of the other final Heisman finalists didn't play so great in their bowl game. Yeah. Yeah, Cam, I'll talk about him in a minute from Arizona State. But, yeah, he might deserve the Heisman, possibly. But who cares about the Heisman? We care more about the Pop-Tarts Bowl. Iowa State versus Miami. The most entertaining game in bowl season. Yeah, the behind the scenes or off the field entertainment was expected to be more entertaining than the game, and it was. it lived up to the hype. Pop-Tarts really showed up. I got some memes. Or you can watch the Slayport podcast from Tuesday to see the memes I was talking about. But the game was entertaining. Iowa State pulls up the big win 42-41 in a shootout. Surprisingly, it didn't go to overtime. I wanted overtime in this game. I want to see what else the Pop-Tarts were going to do. And Minnesota finally gets a win for, Missouri gets a win for the SEC 27-24. And LSU gets a big win over Baylor 44-31. Ignore the score. LSU completely dominated this game. Baylor did have a slight comeback in this game, but LSU handled it for the most part. And then Illinois in the Cheez-It Citrus Bowl, Yeah, Illinois gets a big win over South Carolina, 21-17. Well, not really big win. Big win like a statement win. It was close. It was a really close game. And there was a new meme came from this game where they, not really a new meme, but, they did a meme, but both coaches did. But yeah, it was quite an entertaining game. And both were actually fighting for that trophy. Like, everyone thought, oh, it's just a bowl game, it means nothing. Well, to both these coaches, it did. They are both fighting for it, too. And, in the Sun Bowl, too, Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl, it was entertaining as well. Louisville ended up pulling a big comeback, beating Washington 35-34. Now we all go down to the Reliant Quest Bowl, Alabama, Michigan. Oh yeah, who's ready for a blowout here? Yeah, we definitely got a blowout in this game. Alabama completely got blown out in this game in a way you wouldn't expect. Michigan won 19-13. Ignored the score. Yeah, it poured rain in the fourth quarter. Alabama had like 4 turnovers. I think they actually had 3 turnovers, but it felt like 4 turnovers in like the first 5 minutes. Michigan goes up 16-0, and then since then, Alabama actually settled into the game, and we're probably actually the better team. And after it started raining, and then you can see right there that Alabama got 10 points in the second quarter, and then like it just went quiet. It just went quiet the rest of the game. Oh, yeah, and a little typo there. Yeah, it might show that I think Michigan did end up getting a field goal in the fourth quarter as well. I'm gonna pull it up, double check that, real quickly here. I'm pretty sure, yeah, Michigan did end up getting another field goal in the fourth quarter. Fixing this graphic real quickly, yeah. I was like, yeah, I know that final score doesn't match up at all. And it's not updating. Nope, that's the wrong one. Why is it not updating? My graphic appears to be messed up right now. I don't know why it's doing that. Oh, now it says 44. What? Why? There, come on, there we go. I don't know why I was doing that. Anyway, yeah, there it is. Michigan gets the big win. And, yeah, both the two teams played January 1st, 2024. And then they played each other December 31st, 2024. So they open their year playing each other. Michigan gets the win to go to the playoffs. And they end their year with Michigan winning. And Alabama definitely deserves to not go to the playoffs once again. All right, some other big games, big bowl games. Texas State gets a win over North Texas 30-28, and the Duke Mayo Bowl. Yeah, there were a lot of Mayo in this game for sure. Minnesota won 24-10. All right, let's go back to the playoffs. Yeah, got some quarterfinals to talk about here. For sure. All right, let's open it up with Texas and Arizona State. It went to double overtime. And frankly, for me, Arizona State was the better team. and the team deserves to win. There were some pretty questionable calls in this game. Questionable calls. A targeting call that was called off, and some pretty other big key calls that I don't agree with that killed Arizona State. Texas just got lucky they won this game. Anyway, Texas win 39-31. There's no way they're going to beat this next team. Alright, so we got a Rose Bowl game. And we have the #1 team in the CFP. For sure, we're going to have, against number 8, for sure, the Rose Bowl game is going to get blown out. 1 versus 8. The #1 Oregon team been dominating teams all season long. Nope. Ohio State, once again. No, I don't think Tennessee was bad. I think Ohio State, after losing to Michigan, they took that personally and took it out on Tennessee and Oregon. Yeah, 41-21. Oregon is out. #1 seed is out. Also, yeah, the best running back in the league for Boise State, averaged 3 yards per play. Yeah, it was terrible. I mean, I didn't watch any of his game. I mean, Boise State was hardly ever on TV this season when I was watching. There were a lot better games to watch. I really didn't think Boise State games were entertaining this year. They played like nobody in the Mountain West, really. But when I did watch, he didn't have the best game. Especially against Penn State. I mean, it was like, this guy was up for the Heisman? No. That Cam guy from Arizona State's Kaboo, I can't remember his name, but yeah. That running back, Cam, from Arizona State, he deserves to win the Heisman. He should have won the game for them. I can't believe they lost that game. He averaged 12 yards per play. Dang, I'm going to look at his stats real quick. Yeah. While opponent, I'm going to be talking about Notre Dame and Georgia, the Sugar Bowl. Yeah, like to mention that there was a terrorist attack in New Orleans on New Year's Day, early in the morning. The tragic thing. They end up delaying the game one day and then decide to play. And like to have a quick moment of silence for the victims of that night. Alright. Now, Notre Dame, Georgia. You see the final score right there. 23-10. You would think, once again, #2 team in the country, the 2 seed, would be competitive in this game. Nope, another blowout. Every one of these games have been a blowout except for Texas and Arizona State. It went to double overtime. The most entertaining game all season. And a game that I believe that Arizona State should have won because of Cam Skidebo. Whatever his name is, I'm sorry. I cannot pronounce that last name. I'm sorry. But, he averaged 4.8 yards per play, so about 5 yards per play. Still good. I mean, 143 yards. 2 touchdowns. His longest run with 33 yards. Even though the losing team, the Peach Bowl did a great thing and gave him the MVP. I never seen the losing player get an MVP in a bowl game. But anyway, back to the Sugar Bowl. Notre Dame completely dominated Georgia in that game. Where was this Georgia team? Did not show up. Notre Dame, I mean, if this was the Notre Dame that, I think Notre Dame just had a really bad game against Northern Illinois and thinking, oh, it's an easy team. I mean, Northern Illinois is a good team. They won their bowl. They were bowl eligible. They won it decently. You got to give Notre Dame credit. I think Notre Dame might be the best team in the country right now. That was quite an impressive win for Notre Dame. But anyway, here's your semifinal games. Yep, we got a game tonight, semifinal game tonight and tomorrow. Notre Dame versus Penn State. Yep, I'm not here, pull up my other graphic. The Orange Bowl. So yeah, I'll leave it up, this graphic up, and I'll go back to the other one. So yeah, we got Notre Dame versus Penn State in the Orange Bowl, and then Ohio State versus Texas in the Cotton Bowl. Yep, gotta get in one here coming up. Can't wait to see these games. Monday, January 20th will be the championship game. I'm gonna break down these games more in just a minute. But as of right now, I got some Bowl Mania stats to talk about. Yep. Yeah, that concludes my Bowl Mania talk. All the games, I covered them all. Yeah, it's probably one of the most entertaining postseason college football I've ever seen. 14 overtime periods. 21 one-score games. 10 upsets. And then 7 out of the 8 CFP games for blowouts. That one was not a blowout with Texas and Arizona State. And to me, honestly, I think Arizona State deserves that win. Yeah. I still think they're going to get blown. If Arizona State wins that game, they're still going to get blown out to Ohio State. So I don't think it matters anyway. But, yeah. Quite a stat here. And then, yeah, here's the conference rankings. The Big Ten won. Yeah. They had less teams than the SEC, but the SEC had more. The SEC had the most teams, but had the most losses, even though they're at number 2, pretty much. Yeah. Not a good stat for the SEC. 8-6. Big Ten 8-3. The Group of 5 at 3 with 6-4. Big 12 is 4-4. The ACC is 2-9. And I throw in the old Pac-12 because technically the old Pac-12 still has contracts with the bowl games, with the bowl sets so far for a couple more years. So the Pac-12's actually still the old Pac-12's actually still going on in the postseason, pretty much, competing for the old. And the Pac-12 went terrible, 1-5, but the Pac-12 won, who won it last year. So the old Pac-12 might have won it last year, but the Big Ten won it this year. Wow! And can you believe I remembered the Pac-12 won it last year? That's how crazy it was. Yeah, the record. And then here's how I did in my Bowl Mania record. I did great. Not bad. I think this is one of the best, with the craziest, entertaining postseason I've ever seen. This is probably the best I've ever done. 29 for 13 on my picks, and on the spread, 31 for 13. I did slightly better on the spread. You believe it? I can't. I cannot believe it at all. But wow. All right. Now, let's go back to the playoffs. Yep. 6:30 tonight, ESPN. Number 7, Notre Dame versus number 6, Penn State. Notre Dame is favored by 1.5 points at the Capital One Orange Bowl. All right. Here we go. It's now time for the option. Who am I going to pick to win this game? Yeah, I made a little graphic for my pick. Yeah. All right. So, Penn State, remember this, they completely dominated, whoever, I forgot, I can't even remember who they played, hold on, pull it back up, forgot who they beat, oh yeah, Boise State, that's right, Boise State, alright, yeah, completely dominated Boise State. Notre Dame, on the other hand, completely dominated Georgia. To me, Notre Dame dominating Georgia over Penn State beating, a group of 5 who probably only lost is to Oregon, and now they lost to Ohio State. so Oregon's out. So Penn State, great season. But my W is gonna go to Notre Dame. And looking at my record this year, I've been pretty dead on great at my picks this postseason. Give me Notre Dame with this win. Woo! Notre Dame is going to win this game. They might even win the championship game. But who do I think they're going to play in the championship game? Well, let's bring on up the other game that's going on tomorrow. Ohio State versus Texas. Yep, number 8 versus number 5. From the Big Ten to the SEC. The Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic tomorrow, 6:30. Ohio State's favored by 5.5 points. To me, honestly, I think it should be a lot more considering Arizona State should be here. And since I think Arizona State should be here, and the way that Ohio State had dominated Tennessee and Oregon in the Rose Bowl, since their loss to Michigan, Ohio State making a statement saying we do belong here on ESPN. I'm going with Kurt Hershey's team of Ohio State to win this game. So I'm going to have Notre Dame versus Ohio State in the championship game. And I can't believe it's going to be 7 versus 8 in the championship game. And this is why we love the 12-team playoffs, even though they were all blowouts. And let's see. Are any one of these games gonna be blowouts? Are any one of these playoff games gonna be blowouts? Oh, whoops, wrong graphic. Yeah, I think Ohio State is gonna blow out Texas. I really do. I think it'll be close in the first half. Second half, Ohio State completely takes over the game and blows out Texas. Notre Dame and Penn State. I think that one will actually be an entertaining game, actually. I think Penn State will play close. They will, but Notre Dame takes it to the fourth quarter and will win the game. Ohio State and Notre Dame will be great. I think we might even have overtime and Ohio State versus Notre Dame. I think it would be quite entertaining to me, and I'm really excited for that game. So, yeah, let's get it on. Yeah, these next couple days, and I can't wait to break it all down. Tuesday, Slater for podcast. I'm probably not even going to talk about the college football playoff at all on American Game Day on Saturday. I'm really be focused on college basketball and the NFL playoff wild card. But, yeah, that is going to do it for today's episode of DebataBOWL. Yeah, I'll see you all Saturday on American Game Day, and I'll probably do this show. I'll likely do this show again next year. It was fun talking about debating the bowl. See y'all next time.